Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. On today's show, we tackle the 3 most common masturbation questions because, hey, it's masturbation month. We're going to talk about how to touch yourself for maximum pleasure, why your partner masturbates, where to locate the G-spot. Thanks for listening. For more than 30 years, Vibratex has understood that giving women options means more than offering a variety of colors. They know what feels good to you might not be what feels good to someone else. Exploring your own self-pleasure is not only fun, but it's an important part of learning what works for you. To help women explore, Vibratex was among the first to introduce toys that rotate and twist to stimulate all your sensitive areas. A favorite of mine is the Sugar Pop. Doesn't that just sound fun? Sugar Pop. What makes Sugar Pop from Vibratex so unique is its belly dancer-like motion that twirls the shaft around, hitting you in all the right spots. It makes it even more irresistible is the uniquely shaped external vibrator. The Sugar Pop features 4 intensity levels, 5 vibrations, and 5 rotation patterns, creating an amazing range of customizable sensations. It's splash-proof and, of course, made of Vibratex's supple and 100% body-safe elastomer. If you're ready for one of the most unique experiences you can have with a Vibe, I suggest you give the Sugar Pop a twirl. Get it? Because it twirls? The Sugar Pop is just one of more than 50 unique Vibratex products available for your own experimentation. Visit Vibratex.com to see the full selection or to learn more about the Sugar Pop. Thanks for listening.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. You can check out our mailing list and subscribe. I love when you subscribe to us on iTunes and you review us. And also, thanks for telling your friends about the show so they can enjoy it too. And while you're at it, follow us at facebook.com/sexwithemily and on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at sexwithemily. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Menace, for being here.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
You know, just rocking through masturbation month.
I know, right?
Do you want to hear the most interesting
Are you chafed yet?
Not yet. No, but here's the funny thing. So I talked to you that I'm redoing a lot of things in my life. We're opening up a new, bigger office, and I'm going through my entire house, which doesn't have a lot of storage. And so I finally thought that since I'm redoing it so it can kind of I don't own it, I rent it, but I'm just trying to make it so I can actually walk from one side of the bed to the other and open drawers, that I started to open these drawers that are kind of scary to me. Not scary, but they have literally every toy. I mean, I have a lot in the garage too, but toys that I'm well, one day I'm going to try this one, or I'm going to try this nipple clamp because I have 18 nipple clamps. So I started pulling it all out of the drawers because I had to move the bed. It's a storage bed. I pulled out 65 bottles of lube, including samples.
Jeez.
I had about 10 different kinds of nipple clamps. I had,
Where all day? You didn't
vibrators.
bring any for me.
I didn't. No. So many chargers tangled up. I had a $250 butt plug with the pony hair, the one from Crystal Delight. I had all these cute costumes. I had a nurse's costume, and I had the schoolgirl. I'm oh my God, I've got some sexy stuff going on in my bed. I had restraints, and that was just 2 drawers. They're very deep drawers. So that was really fun, and I thought, I'm getting my life, getting everything organized, and now I see exactly what I have. Because then on the other side of the bed, I have the toys that are on my immediate rotation. But these are toys that I just sort of put back there, and toys and props that I'm I'll get to that, whip one day. But now it's all across my house, spread across the floor.
Sweet. You got to Snapchat that.
I'm snapping it.
Right.
Check out my Snapchat.
Your Snapchat's blowing up, by the way.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's really fun. Thank you for showing it to me. I know. I watched your
Sex
snaps.
with Emily.
Sex with Emily on Snapchat. I mean,
You would be a billionaire by now if you just listened to me once in a while.
But Menace, I'll never forget that in 2009, you called me and said, get on Twitter. You're like, there's this Twitter thing happening. I'm like, what? You're like, just do what I say. And I remember where I was standing, like in the mission. I'm like, okay.
Do it.
And I know you've been telling me this, and so I'm doing it. And yeah.
I gave you $1 billion idea last year, and you still haven't jumped on it.
Which one?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute.
I'm just saying.
But
see what happens when you listen to me? Good things happen.
Menace, I always listen to you, and you're very loyal too. And I have to say something about this business is that it's not an easy business. No business is easy, okay?
Yeah.
But entertainment especially, it's just really, a lot of it is hard work. Some of it's luck. It's like working with the right people. And you realize that a lot of people are just kind of in it for themselves and not loyal. But I feel like our relationship going into our 11th year, like you have been like, you are truly like a friend, like a confidant, my co-host. You've always been stable and amazing, Emily, and show up. And I just appreciate you so much. Like I realize how special that is and how rare that is. People like hate each other. They blow ups. Like,
well, I know
you temporarily might annoy you, but you don't. We've never gotten in a fight.
Yeah, I never say, "Oh, I'm never gonna help you ever again."
No,
I just think, and I think I learned this early on. I had great surroundings when I was starting out in radio. There's a guy named Big Vaughn. If anyone lives in San Francisco and you listen to 106 KMEL, he's on in the afternoon, 3 p.m. And he taught me, he's the guy that got me into radio. He taught me, you know what? If you help as many people that want to be helped, the good things will happen to you.
It's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the same exact way. Like, people are like, how do I get into this? How do I do this? Like, I love helping people. But
you definitely have help the right people like yourself that are nice, that are into it, that want to succeed and do well
for the right reasons.
I've definitely like helped out people in the past that are just like totally like into it for themselves. They don't care about
take advantage of you or whatever
and stuff like that. But then I definitely have cut those people off.
You can tell,
right? But it's just like, I don't know. Again, it that goes for life in general. If you just help. If you help other people, good things will happen.
It is so true. It is so true. Help other people, and also like, and I always tell people I work with, like, you never want to burn any bridges. Like, wherever you go, you might hate your job, your boss, but if you leave a situation, like, you want to leave it like in a healthy place. And you never know who's going to be your boss, your neighbor. Again, like someone who's like your assistant could be your boss in 5 years. Like, you just don't know. And I'm lucky. I'm proud. I don't think I've really burned any like major. I'm still like, I could call my boss from 15, politics.
Yeah.
Just, you don't want to.
There's only one guy that I feel, one thing that I ever done in my career that I feel really bad about it. It was like 2004, and I still think about it all the time. And it's just, no, I can get into it. It's just like, okay, this is what I feel really bad about. I had to make a decision. I was let go from a company for some dumb reason, and I was like, damn, I need a radio job. So I went to somebody I knew, and then they got me a job at a Spanish station, which I really couldn't. I don't speak Spanish,
right?
Poquito, right. Whatever. But
we like tacos.
But they gave me a chance, and then my old company started calling back and wanted me back and gave me this huge opportunity,
which was the Woody Show, right?
No. It was a huge opportunity on another morning show. And then I was just like, I was put in a tough place because here I am. I was given up this opportunity when I was down, but there's no way that I'm going to progress. And then there's this other opportunity now. So I had to take that other big opportunity. And then, but I still feel bad to this day that guy helped me out.
Make amends?
I've had set. During that time, I said I was sorry, but I still haven't talked to him.
Understand that? I mean, you're not.
I know,
Latin.
but like, I know, but I still feel really bad about it.
No, I get it. I feel that too. Whenever I've had weird things, I'm like, I want to like make rights to wrongs.
Yeah, so I still feel terrible about that.
Well, you're a good person.
I try.
I forgive you.
Thank you for forgiving me.
Yes, I think you would too. But so yeah, there's that. That's a little life lesson there for people. And since it is Masturbation Month, the entire month of May, we've got a lot of great stuff planned for you. We're doing a lot of giveaways because, as you know, we've got some toys. We've got 2 different giveaway contests. We've got Get Tight for Summer giveaway.
Yeah.
And this contest is to encourage pelvic floor health. Check out my website for more details. It goes until the end of May, so there's still time to enter. And I promise you, it's about doing your Kegels regularly in your routine. But we're going to explain it on the website. Contest 2, number 2, we want to know how you self-love. How do you masturbate? What is your masturbation routine? Do you get home, lock the doors, drop your pants, turn on porn? Do you like, I don't know, open your windows so your neighbors can see you? Do you how do you use your hands, your fingers, your toes? We just want to know. Email us because we've got some masturbation friendly prizes for you. And also, we've been doing some great shows lately. We do 2 shows a week. You can check out Jealousy, Infidelity, and Eggplant Emojis. How to tackle your insecurities in the bedroom. How do you stop them from getting in your way? What to do with your partner won't stop bringing up their ex. Those are some good shows. We've had some great ones, so check them out. We also did our drunk show, which I am an advocate of doing all the time, and then we'll just do like a sober show every once in a while because that was really, really fun. I loved that one. And then also, what else was I just going to say? Madison took a phone call. Come over here, Madison. But there's something else I was going to say, and it was really important. This is producer Madison.
Hi, everyone.
What was I just going to say? There was something that came to my mind. It wasn't even about Menace. I don't care that he just walked out the door to take a phone call, but there was something. Was it about?
Was about Masturbation Month? Was about the show? Was about subscribing
Kegels?
on iTunes?
I don't know. It was about Kegels, something we've been doing. Oh, check us out on YouTube because we did do videos describing the contest as well, right?
It's the best way to learn about the contest is by the videos. And we also have a blog on the website, and it's called Get Type for the Summer Giveaway. If you're feeling like
just
searching.
Google on there.
Yeah.
It's a new site, and we love our site, but we're still working on little kinks. We're trying to put a contest button up there.
Trying to figure
How
it
hard
out.
is that?
Maybe.
Shouldn't be that hard.
Maybe it'll be there by then.
I was going to say something about the new off. Oh, this is what I was going to say. So, I'm doing all this house renovation. And speaking of being naked, I realized that, like, I had the, I have my cottage. I feel like I'm invisible there because I do live in the back house and no one knows I'm there. But there are big windows and there were no curtains on them. And I often walk around. I sleep naked, get up in the middle of the night. I get a drink, drink of water. And I'm realizing now, like, I sort of everything people could, like, no one is going to, but they could see me naked. So now I've taken care of that situation. But I thought, like, what if my landlord's, like, girlfriend's there and she's like, kick out that girl, the naked girl walking around. So now I'm going to have curtains and it's going to be nice. But, like, I don't know. I just was thinking about people's masturbation routines and do you walk around naked? And that's what made me think of that. I now live in a naked-proof house.
Windows open masturbation is just delightful, though. Like, on an afternoon, you've got the sunlight streaming in and everything. It's very like softcore porn from Showtime.
Yeah.
I've
got, like, birds tweeting.
Yeah.
I love your cottage. If you ever move out, I'm moving in.
See, I'm glad you see. I love it, too, but there's so many, like, little problems that we're fixing right now.
Okay, good.
Like, there's no whatever.
I told you not to move out.
Yeah. I would just need
Everyone
an
You
says
were
that.
contemplating.
Because it's little and
I like little
private.
spaces.
I
I'm
like that no
weird.
one
I'm a
can hear me.
weirdo. Like, I'm the only person on my group of friends that, like, really into tiny houses. Have you seen that tiny houses craze? It's like miniature houses and stuff like that.
but I need to
you can't
Google.
have them here in LA, but you can buy like these little mini
Prefab,
modern.
They're already made and they drop them off at your house, like in your mailbox.
Yeah,
You blow it
and
up.
you can buy them for like $30,000.
I've seen those. Yeah, definitely. No, mine's not like that. It's just a little guest house that was built like, years by, my landlord built it from his own hands when he came over from Russia.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not stable. If there's an earthquake, I might die. But I'm fixing it up. Okay, so that's what we got there. And we got a little sex in the news.
Cool.
Menace. This one made me think of you.
All right.
Canadians already know about car sex and predict even more with driverless cars. Now, yes, we've been talking about driverless cars for a while. You didn't make up driverless cars, but you said they were coming. You predicted them.
Yeah, I was the first one to like start mentioning it, I think, because I would read the articles when they were first coming out.
Right.
And then like no one was like really into it. And then I go, you don't realize this can be like, you can be on your way to Vegas and be in the back seat having sex.
Right. And I was like, yeah. Right.
Yeah, he kept on blowing me off.
But it turns out,
Oh,
it looks like
look
the
who
term
was right
backseat.
again.
I know.
God, why aren't we
I
billionaires?
listened to you on Twitter, and I should have made a car.
No, but then this thing's like, remember when I would 10 years ago? I'm like, you can have sex through the internet, and now that shit is here.
Virtual reality.
Everything. What the f are we doing here? I don't
know.
know. Why
I
aren't
like
we on a
doing podcasts
private
that-
jet? Why
Well,
don't
I'd like a
anyone
private
ever
jet.
listen to me?
I want a driver
hate
in a private
life.
jet. I hate it too, man. Let's just go for it then.
I gave you
Passive income.
again. I gave you $1 billion.
I need a new one. I
I
promised
gave it to
your
you
next,
last year, and you didn't do it.
I promise your next $1 billion idea, I will run with it.
It's so easy.
But here's the thing. The term backseat driver is about to take a whole new meaning. I'm predicting that once computers are doing the driving, there'll be a lot more sex in cars, says Barry Kirk of the Canadian Automated Vehicle Center of Excellence. He said more. So apparently there's already an in-car business going on, and it's Canadian in Canada. Let's make the point that even though driverless cars are coming and coming fast, that doesn't mean you can't sit back. It doesn't mean you can sit back, take a nap, read a book, watch a movie, or hop in the back seat with your partner. Even if you're in the front seat, you still have to be aware of your surroundings and what's happening. So, and you got to take over the wheel. So they mentioned on Tesla, let's see, officials mentioned videos posted online of Tesla drivers brushing their teeth or reading newspapers with the car's autopilot feature engaged. So the issue of the attentive driver is problematic. They tend to overestimate the performance of automation and will naturally turn their focus away from the road and then when they turn on their autopilot. But they're not really driverless yet. At least Tesla's not driverless yet. And if car sex on the list, just remember the authorities are looking for it. So they're going to arrest you for that.
Haters.
It doesn't sound safe to me. Like, I'm already, like, shouldn't be driving in general, and I'm focusing. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So
I just put you in a driverless car. It'd be perfect.
I
just type in the address and you just...
I want to be driving less and have a driver, but I don't want a driverless car.
Yeah.
I found out a way to just, crash through someone's, like a gas station or something.
Okay.
But first I want to give a shout out.
Should I make my next sexual prediction?
Yeah. Oh, go. Please. Take notes.
Think. So we can have sex over the internet now. It's going to be like virtual reality and stuff like that. You can just put the headsets on. What is the next thing? What is the next level? Are they going to...
I mean, I think this virtual reality thing, like, men won't leave their house because it really feels like you're having sex. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard about it.
How about within the next 10 years or less, somebody will have sex in space for science?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, well, people are going to space more. I mean, the people have all these talks about going to space.
SpaceX and all that stuff, and then Virgin America.
Why not have sex once you're there? Yeah.
Yeah, but they're doing it for scientific research.
How can we make money? You think you want me to go there and be the first person to have sex?
If you want to.
Which would make sense.
Should.
Yeah.
Should I start like a crowdsourcing campaign?
Yeah.
Crowdfunding?
Sex in space.
Send me in
space.
Sex. That's
it.
I'll wear the hamburger outfit with in silver.
You can get on the Virgin America, one of their flights. It's here in Los Angeles. You go on there. It costs about $250,000. You go to space. I'll even let... first blowjob in space, at least. You don't have to do full-on sex because that might be kind of
Who
rough.
would I give the blowjob to?
I don't know. Some rando millionaire that's on the flight with you.
Oh, okay. A millionaire penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about all the gravity stuff? Like, I just wonder how you would... if your body, like your breath and all that, like, it would be safe to have sex in space.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if you're just...
I'm overthinking it. It could be a quickie. Like, typically sex that you do, like, when you do random sex stuff, it's outdoors or weird. Like, it's not usually, like, the most pleasurable sex. It's just that cool that you did it like on a chairlift, like I did once. Like I could have died. It was cold.
Yeah.
I didn't have an orgasm, but it was fun. Good story. So sex in space, I think, would be a good story. It wouldn't be like,
but I need to get something that's a little bit sooner because
10 years, I can't wait.
Yeah, you'd already be a millionaire and then just stop talking.
Yeah, no, I actually, to be honest, I think I would still be freaking doing this.
All right,
I just might get here in a nicer car that I'm not driving.
Yeah. All right, good.
Okay. But first, let's give a big shout out to Helix, our sponsors. And this is actually an important one because my biggest wish is to help every single one of you have more fun in bed. But even the best of us need to go to sleep at some point, and I want to make sure you're making the most of that too. So I want to know, when is the last time you bought a new mattress? Because if you ask me, the whole process sucks. You wind up paying too much for a mattress, no better than one you're throwing out. And my friends at Helix Sleep felt the same way, and they reinvented the entire mattress buying process. So instead of paying thousands for a standard mattress that you like sleep on for a second when you go from store to store to store, you lay back on it, Helix Sleep will custom make a mattress for you for hundreds. Yeah, custom mattress for less than an off-the-shelf brand. You go to helixsleep.com/Emily, answer a few questions, simple, and Helix will create your custom sleep profile. Like, they can figure out what kind of bed you need. Next, they build you the most comfortable mattress you will ever sleep on, period. And your custom mattress will arrive at your door in like a week. Shipping is 100% free. And this is my favorite part because I always have buyer's remorse about things. Like, I get anxious buying even lunch. I'm like, did I want this salad? You have 100 nights to try it out. And if you don't love it, they pick it up for free like it never happened and give you a 100% refund. No questions asked. It's like gone. And you go to helixsleep.com/Emily. So do this. Wait. Okay. Go to helixsleep.com/Emily and get $50 off your order. That's helixsleep.com/Emily. Get a mattress that works for you today. Okay. We're back. We're back.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about, we're going to do some emails.
Let's do it.
Okay. So thank you for emailing me, feedback@sexwithelmy.com. Oh, it's so easy now to email us on our website. You just go to the Ask Emily button and ask a question, and you ask it right there. Boop, sends, goes right in our inbox. You don't have to go and write out feedback. It's really easy. Tell us your name, where you live, how old you are. That's important, how old you are and how you listen. And the first one, there's about masturbation, because it is masturbation month. So I'm going to get some nitty-gritty details here.
All right.
Dear Emily.
Do it.
So I'm 19, but I've never successfully masturbated before. I want to, but I'm not sure exactly what to do. I get so far, and then my clit gets sensitive, so sensitive that I can't continue. I don't really want to get a vibrator or any toys. Do you have any suggestions to get past how to get past that point and continue? Please help, Aaron. So Aaron's going through like a classic mistake that a lot of men make when they go right for the clitoris. I always say that's like not the best thing you could do if you're dating someone new, you're in a new relationship, heterosexual couple. She is not turned on yet. So sometimes when you go right for the clitoris, I get that's a hot button. I'm glad you know what it is, but you got to work up to it. You got to like tease and you got to turn on. You got to make sure that you're like ready to be touched there, because some women are more sensitive, and a lot of women mostly just don't want you to go right there because they're not even turned on yet. But Aaron, it sounds like you're one of these more sensitive types. So before we get into the technique, I'm just going to lay out the basics for you about masturbation. So you need to be comfortable, you need to be relaxed, and you need to be in the right environment. So for you, that can mean in your bedroom, making sure that like your door's locked, your mom doesn't walk in, your roommates, and whatever makes you feel relaxed and sexy, like, like candles, maybe it's your favorite music, your favorite porn. Mm-hmm. People got the routines. Take the pressure off yourself, because you're new to masturbation. And so I think a lot of women, I was one of these women, I suspected that the first time it would happen. Well, I thought it would happen during sex, and it didn't happen then, or intercourse. And then I thought it would happen when I masturbated, and that didn't happen. And you got to figure out, for some women it does, but for some you got to like take time to get to know your own body. So set the mood, set the atmosphere, and you got to get your brain on board, because your mind is the number one sex organ. So if you're not turned on above the belt, nothing good's going to happen below. So how do you do this, Aaron? For you, I'm not sure. Maybe you think of sexy thoughts. You think about your past sexual partner, or your current one, future. Maybe it's an amalgamation of a bunch of things that have happened to you sexually. Some really hot things. Watch porn, listen to erotica, whatever gets you in the mood. Okay, next you want to start touching yourself and stimulating other parts of your body besides the clitoris. So start touching yourself, your nipples, run your hands all over your body. And since you're sensitive, you might want to keep your underwear on and rub over your underwear, which is always a big tip that I've been talking about for years. I don't know if I've talked about that lately, but I love that. Like a lot of women.
What kind of fabric, though?
Oh, it could be cotton, it could be silk, it could be satiny, it could be any fabric. But I think that since the clitoris is so sensitive and just a different sensation, that when you rub a lot of women over their underwear, over their clothing, it feels really good, just because it's like your clitoris is getting rubbed with like a different sensation. It also is like a buildup, and then you go in with your hands. It's just a cool little trick for you, Aaron, and for your partners. So, touch your thighs, inner thighs, your breasts, and just remember there's so many erogenous zones in our body. So like your inner thighs, like there's so many nerve endings there, or like your neck or your nipples, and this will help you get warmed up and ready. So now that you're warmed up, then you can go into it. So, okay, I'm going to give you some techniques. I'm going to get really specific here about masturbation menace. Use your pointer and middle finger, okay? Pointer, middle finger. And you want to lightly massage circles directly around the clitoris, like brushing over it. So you're not touching the clitoris, you're going around the clitoris, okay? You might want to add a little lube, drops of lube to your fingers, because women are more likely to have an orgasm when you add a little lube into the mix. Mm-hmm. And you want to vary the strokes and the pressure. So there was a study that came out that said that most women, it's a diagonal move across their clitoris, or, that could work for you. You can go faster, slower. You could stick with a steady motion. So just like play with like fingers. You could start tapping. You see that in porn? There's like tapping, or maybe you want a little slap. You could, here's the thing. What I'm thinking for you is the wishbone. So you put your two fingers facing down, right? So your clitoris is like under the hood of your like wishbone, okay? So that's where your clitoris is. And we talk about the legs of the clitoris, and that's like your labia. Like, so you play with your labia, so your fingers are touching them. So you get what I'm saying? Like your clitoris. This is why I need to make my own vulva puppet. I got obsessed with this last night. But so your fingers are rubbing up your labial folds, and you like indirectly are using it to massage your clitoris. You can also put those like labial folds together, if you know what I'm saying. It's like you're closing your vagina, and you're using those, and you're going over you're using those to rub your clitoris, right? So you're indirectly touching your clitoris. So that was a lot there. Did you get that, Aaron? Everyone listening? Those are different moves, and we also have a ton of stuff on our website about masturbating, so you can go there. The next thing is you got to breathe. A lot of people hold their breath when they're masturbating, and it's just really important to be mindful of that, because the more breath that you breathe in, you breathe out, then you're like allowing the blood flow to move through your body, and it'll just help you relax and help you move that sexual energy through your body. And it helps you get out of your head, too.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add here about massaging your clitoris?
Well, I just don't have one, but
right.
I wish I knew more, because that would just help out a lot in life.
Did you listen?
I did listen.
Has a clitoris. Last time I heard she was a woman.
I listened to you, yes.
Okay. So here's the last thing. Be patient. It is a skill. Masturbation, I can't drive this home enough. Just like any other skill, you got to work at it. You got to like learn what makes you feel good. It takes practice, and you can't expect to get it right after a few tries. And you can try our 30-day challenge. We could give you some products. And so just be patient and know and just be committed to it. You'll get the hang of things, I promise. And if you want a toy, she doesn't want a toy right now, but if you ever do,
all right,
call me. Okay, this one, Menace, I need your help with.
All right,
because,
what do you got?
I just want to hear from you because you have a penis. But this is a really common issue.
Masturbation for guys is so easy, but for women, it's so complicated because they're not all the same.
I know. This is why I have to explain.
Penises are all the same.
Like I said, you put 100 women in a room and they were all masturbating. They would all be doing something different.
Yeah.
It'd be like a freak show. It would not be coordinated. Not a freak show. That's a terrible thing. But it'd be like, that's a terrible idea.
What?
Insulting women.
No,
but
it's
all
not.
Be, like,
don't be
their
so
arms
sensitive.
I can't help
it's
it.
not
Came from
offensive.
San Francisco. I'm so PC. Okay, dearest Emily, I start off by saying I love your podcast and I listen to it all the time. I love hearing the facts along with your sense of humor. It's very entertaining and keeps me listening. This is probably a silly concern, but here it goes. My boyfriend masturbates often, in all caps, when I'm at work, during the day, get home from the gym, etc. We live together. I find lube he accidentally leaves out all the time. I'm not mad about it, so maybe I'm overthinking things. We've always had a healthy sex life from the beginning, multiple times a week, and sometimes multiple times a day. I hope I'm being silly, but now it seems like he'll masturbate and not want to have sex with me later. Is it me, or his loss of interest in me, or is he just a regular horny guy who wants it at random times? I brought it up once recently, and he acted like I was a sex addict who wanted it all day, every day, and said it's common for it to dwindle down in a relationship. I know that this happens in long-term relationships. Sex tends to decrease, but I feel like if it happens, we'll drift apart, and I don't want that. Tell me I'm crazy. Thanks in advance. Seriously, the queen, sincerely, the queen overthinker. I thought I was the queen overthinker.
Oh, man.
Okay, so let's break
I think
this
a lot
down
of people
into
are
two parts.
overthinking everything constantly.
I know.
That's why they're so afraid to talk to their partner, because they're always overthinking
I know.
stuff.
She overthought this whole thing. So that's why, like, we really had to break this down when we were going through show prep, because it was like, Matt and I were like, wait, what are the questions here? Because there are two things. It's like, first is the masturbation question. Like, why is he masturbating? Because I kind of think about, like, universally, like, I get asked this question all the time. I'm in a relationship. I love my boyfriend. Things are great. Why does he still masturbate? They don't understand that masturbation is normal. He did it before you. He knew you. He did it with you. He'll do it.
It's so easy, too.
But how do you explain, Menace, that like you can be in love with your partner, but just because you're masturbating doesn't mean that you are not being you're not satisfied? For men,
Yeah,
urge,
well, sometimes
the
maybe
urge.
you're not available. Also, a lot of it's like, sometimes, okay. Now, I don't want you to take this the wrong way and take it out on him.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
This is
Because
just
if you do
men's-
that, it's just gonna make a relationship
Queenie,
even
we're
worse.
getting back to you specifically. But
Yeah.
this is just
But
Menace's
sometimes
theory.
it's kind of, I don't want to, because saying selfish is kind of a wrong term for it, but to make it easier, that's what I'm going to use.
Okay.
It's just like, okay,
just wanna
think of the vagina and how complicated it is to satisfy, all right?
The Rubik's Cube of life.
The
About
Rubik's
your
Cube of
favorite
life.
line you've ever said.
Yeah.
Probably.
Now, think about, okay, now do I want to go and spend all that time to satisfy that vagina to get what I want, which I can take care of myself in a few minutes? and then I'm done, and then I'm happy, and I can go to bed or just hang out, and I'm done. Or a lot of times guys do it because they think it's going to help them later when they do have sex with
Pre-gaming.
Pre-gaming.
So they ejaculate already. And then
it's like practicing for, for the
big game.
You're going to play basketball later. What do? You practice,
But isn't it also, yes, and I agree to all those things, that sometimes guys are like, it's just a hassle. And women too. We're like, I'd rather just masturbate than have sex too. That's so true. But don't you think for also men, it's like, for you, I don't know, but do you feel like it relieves stress?
Definitely.
I think for a lot of men too, it's like it's so natural and normal for men. Like it's 100%. Like most men will still masturbate in a relationship all the time, and it's like it's not about connecting with someone or like bearing your soul or intimacy. It doesn't mean that he doesn't want that per se. It just means like he's stressed, he's anxious, he just wants some. Sometimes it's just I call it procrastination, but sometimes I just do it to like. I'm like, I should be doing something, but this will get me in the mood. This will relax me. I'll just masturbate. Like I do it for a lot of different reasons, and I could be in a relationship and have great sex. So masturbation will happen. Okay, Aaron, not Aaron. That was the last one. Queenie, overthinker. So this is just for kind of everyone to understand that if you're with a guy, and I just say this because when I was younger, in my 20s, I was dating a guy who masturbated and watched porn, and I was 24, and he was like a serious boyfriend, and I was really confused by it because I was like. I was shocked. I was thinking like we have amazing sex, and to this day it still is like great sex I think about, and I learned a lot. But I didn't get that. Like I thought, well, does he want me to look like that? Does he want me to get fake boobs? Does he want to be with a blonde? Does it mean I'm not satisfying? Like, these are things that women think, and it's just not the case. Like that's really not always the case. So I think that male masturbation can be confusing. So now we got that out of the way. When masturbation is a problem in the relationship is when the masturbatory habits conflict with your relationship. So, for example, if he is masturbating so much that he's no longer interested in having sex with you, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, Matt's talking about, like, sometimes he's like, I don't want to, I'm just going to have sex. But if he's like, no, you're a sex, like, making you feel bad because he doesn't want to have sex, we've got a problem. But a lot of times, it's not because of the masturbation. It's because there's other things going on in the relationship.
Don't be jealous of the masturbation. Who cares?
Right. But we already got through that. Right. Don't be jealous. Like, guys do it.
Yeah.
Married guys, single
Don't you
guys,
encourage it, Madison? You've talked about that in the past.
Oh, yeah. I'm all about it. Like, masturbate. Take care of yourself. So that way, whatever you're doing is not for stress. I don't want you stress relieving inside of me. Like, I'd rather that be about, like, connecting and us having fun. Like, if you just need to get one out, like, take care of yourself. Right. I'm not a fleshlight. I have things to do.
And your boyfriend, luckily, has probably the most impressive fleshlight collection out of anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Besides our office.
He's
enjoying the benefits.
Yeah, he's
connoisseur
awesome.
of the fleshlight.
We got to get him in here.
He is, yeah.
Can he come under another name?
I mean, maybe. Yeah, like, we'll see.
Bring that up.
Okay. Yeah, does he name them? This one's name
I meant, will he come in under another? But I don't know if he meant
does
his
he
name.
name them? This one's Donnie. This is Stephanie.
He definitely doesn't name them. But, like, one time he was joking around. He's like, I'm going to call this one Madison. And I was like, no.
I'd rather be Madison here. So I think that you need to talk to him about this, like about all of it. And you can just say, like, I'd like to have sex more often, and you're afraid it'll disappear, because I know he said that. What concerns me is he said sex dwindles. And you know what? It does. It does dwindle. I'm telling you, over time in the relationship, we all had sex 3 times a day at the first month of a relationship. 2 years, whatever, however long that honeymoon phase goes. But eventually biology takes over, we get comfortable, and it just does. So the fact that he just said it's going to dwindle, that's fine. No, I think we know it's going to dwindle. Expect that it's going to change a little bit, that your sexual habits, your drive, but that you want to work on it, that you want to say, well, we're not having it as much, but let's try to keep it interesting, or let's compromise about how many times a week we have it. I've talked about this a lot on the show. So, you can just let him know that, hey, I heard you say it's going to die over time, but we got to work on it. I want to spice up our sex life so it doesn't disappear completely. So I think you just got to get more information, because it does sound here, Missy Overthinker, Queenie Overthinker, that you might be overthinking, because I had to read your email a few times, because I was like, you said, did he call you a sex addict, or he made you feel like a sex addict? This could be your own projection. So I'm just not really sure what's going exactly, but I'm telling you that it's normal he masturbates, but it's not normal if he's making you feel bad and pushing you away, which I'm sure is not his intention, which is why they need to talk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it all comes down to communication.
Overthinking it.
Guys don't overthink. Some guys overthink. I've dated overthinkers. They make me feel super normal and calm. I'm not really an overthinker, though. I overthink about like stupid stuff that I shouldn't overthink, but that's still overthinking. Ready? Number 2. This is number 3.
All right,
this is my number 3 masturbation email. Where the F is my G-spot? Emily,
Where's the G-spot locator app we've been talking about for years? See, another $1 billion idea.
I don't know. Because it's different in every woman, but I want to do it. I want to do it. Okay. I just think it's hard because it's different. It's not so easy to find.
It's like we're Indiana Jones.
I know, really.
And we're trying to find the golden
It's so hard.
statue.
Like, this is for a woman. Like, she thinks hers is gone and migrated. Listen, Emily.
Never.
I was really paying attention the last time I had sex, and the spot that felt really good each time he thrust in and out was against the back wall of my vagina toward my back. And I know the G-spot is supposed to be towards your stomach, so what is that spot I'm feeling? Could my G-spot have migrated to the back? Thanks, Lauren Pittsburgh, iTunes listener.
Yes.
It did not go to the back.
Review us on iTunes. Give us 5 stars.
5 stars on iTunes. Woo,
Makes
we love
Emily
that.
happy. She dances every time she gets 5 stars.
It does. Because you know what happens? You know what's annoying? I'm just going to, sorry, Lauren. I'm going to find your G-spot in a minute. But years ago, when I was trying to make a living, it's still a struggle, but we charged 4 years ago. We had people.
It was an experiment.
It was an experiment. We said, can you please pay for a podcast? 99 cents a day, whatever. Didn't work. I get it. No one paid. But we still have reviews on there like, she charged or she did so many ads. And I think I did used to do a lot of ads. I'm sorry. All I've wanted to do is make a living doing the show. And I think I've worked out those kinks. However, those angry people, their comments are still there.
It still lives on.
So can you please just say
push them down?
Yeah. And it's just because I want people to keep listening because I love my job and I love what I do. And even if I became a billionaire and I had my own plane, I would still do the show every day with Menace.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll be podcasting from the plane.
Exactly.
On our way to...
Dude, that's so in my radar.
That would be awesome.
I need nothing but that. Okay, a number of things could be going back back there, Lauren. Here's the thing. I can tell you for one thing for sure, even though we don't have the G-spot locator app, your G-spot did not migrate. So let me break down the vagina for you. It has a number of erogenous zones, okay? So there's the A spot. That's the front vaginal wall behind the belly button, which is kind of tangentially near the G-spot. Then there's the O spot, and that's the spongy tissue on the back wall of the vagina, and that might be the spot you're feeling, or you just might like how it feels when he's thrusting in and out. There's also cervical orgasms that happens when the penis reaches so deep and hits your cervix. There's like a lot of different orgasms. But if you want to start with your G-spot, and why not start with that, there's some things in life that you got to start exploring solo because it sounds like it's not happening with your partner. So, where's the G-spot? It's located about 2 inches inside the vagina. I think a lot of people think it's way further back, and it's the front vaginal wall. So it's like towards your belly button, so you're right about that. And there's a cluster of tissue, and it's roughly the size of a bean, and it resembles the texture of a walnut. Although the size and location, but it does vary from vagina to vagina, but believe me, it's not in your back. And when we become aroused, so you start using your fingers and you play and you explore, this lump of tissue starts to swell and it becomes much more sensitive to the touch, so it's easier to find. And so the best way to find it is using your fingers. Use some lube, explore that area. If you can have a clitoral orgasm or turn yourself on, sometimes that's a great way to get started because that area will start to swell up. And so with your fingers or your partner's fingers, you put your palm facing up, your fingers curled up, and gently stroke the top of the vaginal wall. So your fingers like in this come hither motion, 2 fingers coming towards your belly button. And it's more of a stroking. It's not like a thrusting, or it could be a pressure, like you stroke and you apply pressure. And again, it's different for
Does
every
a guy
woman.
need scuba gear doing this, like looking down there, finding...
Do you want some?
Some scuba?
You could use
No.
No.
Can you also,
unless she squirts. What?
Can you also share, real quick, don't...
Because I was thinking about Mike Catherwood on Loveline when he did a squirting thing with a mask on, but yeah.
Wow. Mike has done a lot of crazy things. But the thing that I want you to bring up, and I know we mentioned it many times, but we get new listeners all the time.
We do.
Just a really quick recap. Your friend, you had a friend who thought the same thing as this email.
Yes.
And then so she masturbated every day for 30 days.
Every day for 30 days, which is kind of the inspiration for our masturbation contest this week, or this month, is that... So, and she's inspired me my entire life. This was when we were 19 and we were in college, and she had never had an orgasm. And she had an internship, and she was like going away for the summer, and she said, you know what? She actually didn't tell me before she left. This is after. But she's like, I masturbated every day while I was there. And she was there for 30 days. And she said, I just sat back. I used my fingers. I played around. She had no idea. She had sex like once in her life. And she, like the third week, she finally figured out, and she had like amazing orgasms.
Changed her life.
Changed her life. But it took her like 3 weeks. And I'm telling you, she's still my best friend to this day. Every time she has sex with her husband, she's married, she'll have 3 orgasms. Like, I believe that because she took that time of getting to know her own body, like more than most people I know, that she knows how to move. And she knows it didn't come naturally to her. Maybe she had sex a few times before that. So that's the story. You've got to practice. But the G-spot, it does require continuous stimulation. It might not happen right away. Again, there's also some great toys out there. I actually first found mine with a toy. I don't remember which toy it was, but there's a lot of great G-spot toys we talk about. And now I can have it during sex. So I had to find it that way. So I know it's like not easy, but that's crazy. And another thing is, if you feel like you have to pee, you want to keep going. That feels like it's probably working. So, and also, if anyone wants more G-spot tips, God knows, we've got them on sexwithemily.com. Hi, Emily. I'm a new listener, and I actually got started with your show after Menace was talking about it on The Woody Show.
See? You swear I never talk about you.
I never say that. I'm so honored that you talk about me. Someone tells me that you talk about me. I love it. I just want you to like me and talk about me and come over and get drunk.
By the way, The Woody Show is a morning radio show that I do in Los Angeles with a group of people. It's about pop culture and what's going on in the news.
It's like the most popular. You're killing it. I'm proud of you.
It has become, over the 2 years, one of the most popular morning shows in Los Angeles.
I'm really proud of you.
Which is crazy.
We don't talk about how proud I am of you enough.
Thank you.
I've been bragging about you.
Yeah.
I'm really like.
Thank you.
Anyway.
We also podcast every day. You can download it.
Yeah.
Just search The Woody Show on iTunes.
You guys should all check it out. I just wanted your take on something that was pointed out to me not too long ago. I'm a single guy, 25 years old, and I've been out of a serious relationship for 2 years now. My friends are always surprised by this. They, mainly my female friends, consider me an incredibly outgoing person. I'm funny. I'm nice. I can't tell you how many times someone said, "Why are you still single?" Which is the worst question ever to ask a man or woman. I have no problems talking to women except when we go out. Could be a group of guys, could be a mixed group of males and females. It never fails, though. When someone says, "Go talk to her," I feel as if I'm being put on the spot, and I've have to come up with some witty line to make her notice me. Any advice for the person who's never shy except in the moment when it comes to talk to a girl?
Sucks.
And this is Aaron. He's a male. He's 25. Obviously, he's a male. Kansas City, Missouri. Podcast Republic.
What?
That's how he listens. So a lot of guys have this issue, this challenge.
I've lived that issue.
Menace lived it. He no longer does.
No.
Being in the moment is terrifying because it's the fear of rejection. What goes on? Can you channel your 25-year-old self?
And I'm sorry that it feels like I talk about this every other podcast, and I've been talking about it for years, but if you get rejected, nothing physically is going to happen to you. You might feel sad for a moment, but you won't die. You won't die. But what you will know is, you know what? She's not interested in me. Or, awesome, she is interested in me.
Right.
That's
it's
all
confidence.
that's going to happen.
But you just go up, and it's practice too. Just like everything, masturbation is a new practice that you have to muscle. You got to learn.
There's been so many stories in my life where I find out years like, oh my God, I was into you, but you never made a move.
Every guy has
Idiot,
that story.
Dumbass, you know?
Do you think
Why?
that because you didn't
because
know?
I was so shy.
So shy.
Because guys, again, we're so dumb, we can't read signs. Unless you're sucking on my penis. Oh my God, she does like me. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if you're being nice. I don't know.
So
like,
do you think that would help with girls? This is separate, but are more, you like when girls are more assertive?
aggressive? I think that they should be. I think it's 2016. You want everything to be equal. Why does it need to be this thing where I need to chase you and then find out? Like, if
Right.
you're into me, let me know that you're into me.
Right.
What's the big deal? Like, that's not gonna turn a guy away. That's gonna make a guy super interested. Like, stop with these stupid games.
It's true. It's true.
We are in a new era, people.
We are in a new era.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true, Aaron. And
If you're a woman listening to this podcast and there's a guy that you're into, let him know.
Let him know.
Because maybe he is into you, but he's so stupid. Like,
Right.
90% of the guys I know out there that just can't pick up on
they
signs.
can't. They can't pick up signs, and they're so afraid. They think they have that. They think.
You're just being
They
nice.
think they have to have the perfect line,
Yeah.
but it's not about what you say. It's like how you say it and how you present yourself. So if you go up to a girl and your eyes are like you're hunched over and your eyes are staring at the floor and your body language is uncomfortable, like that's not attractive, but you just, you got to kind of channel, like, what if you're hanging out just with your guy friends? So you want to, like, be confident in your speech, stand up straight, be like, hey, you having fun tonight? What's going on? Like, you could just say that, but it's the way you present yourself. You look her in the eye, and your body language is confident. You don't pause, you don't, and you just, how's your night going? You can observe something that's happening. So in the moment, like if you're at a concert or club, you can be like, have you seen this band live before? Something that you would just observe, because then you guys have something to talk about.
Yeah.
And I like that your friends are pushing you, because I'm telling you, and you're going to thank me for this. I swear to God, Aaron, the more that you do this, the easier it will become, like anything in life. And right now, you just got to get over that hump. Like there's a lot, like every time, and fear is where we grow. Like the most things in life, whenever I've had like growth and learned things, it's because I was terrified at first. I used to be afraid of public speaking. Like I'd break out in hives. Like clearly, like I can speak to people right now. I can do that. I mean, there's a lot of things. So the guys who are good at talking to women, it's because they do it over and over again. So just remember, you're smart, you're funny, you're outgoing, you've got lots of friends, you've got people who love you. And these are all true things. These are true. This is you, Aaron. And so just believe that when you're talking to men, women, everybody. So, I think it's really just about practice. And that, your friends, you can even talk to your friends, like, what do you think is how did you talk to that girl? But I really just think it's just practicing talking. And even women that you're not necessarily even interested in. Doesn't matter. Just talk. Okay. That's what I got for you. That's all we got.
That's it.
This was awesome. This feels really good. I'm going to go home and masturbate. I'm so happy. I'm going to procrastinate because I actually have work to do. I love you, Menace.
Love
Everyone
you too,
follow
Emily.
your 16 Instagram accounts now. You have...
Thank you for everybody on the last podcast. I mentioned so many people hit me up all the time about food in Las Vegas, so I combined those, and I started another Instagram account called Vegas Foodie Guy. So just follow that, Vegas Foodie Guy, if you're interested in that. If you're not, then I'm always hanging out somewhere in the country. You can follow me at Menace.
And my dog Churro.
And my dog
and
Churro.
I love
my
that
little
everyone...
baby. And I know it was so cool. Like
that was really cool.
I talked about this on the last podcast, but a couple podcasts back, I said, how many people actually listen to the very end of the show? Like the whole thing. Let's do an experiment. Go to my dog's Instagram account and wish her happy birthday. And then so many people commented, said, I listened to the whole podcast, and that's why I'm here. Yeah. And then that's really, really cool.
I love that. Okay, well, Menace, it's good to see your face.
Thank you, everybody.
And next, thank you, Gibson Guitar, for having us at their Gibson showroom here in Beverly Hills. We love it. And thank you, producer Madison. Thank you, Lori and Jamie, who are killing it with our videos. You got to check it out on YouTube and Instagram. And I just love you all. Thanks for listening. Is it good for you? Email me feedback@sexwithemily.com. I get a lot of emails looking for advice on just about everything, but I'm always excited to get questions that I can offer a definitive solution to. Although some of you are embarrassed to write me about lasting longer in bed, you should know it's way more common than you think, and there is a clinically proven solution, Promescent. Promescent is a quickly absorbing delay spray that was developed by urologists to address issues with premature ejaculation, or PE. Make no mistake, this is not the old-fashioned delay spray that leaves you and your partner numb. It still allows your maximum sensation without any transfer to your partner. The makers of Promescent have been dedicated to helping men for years now, and they've taken the product through rounds of clinical tests that have proven its effectiveness. It is FDA compliant and has been endorsed by a host of medical professionals. Promescent is the real deal. Even if you don't always experience PE, Promescent can help you and your partner experience longer lasting sex, boost your confidence, and eliminate performance anxiety. Try it for yourself and see. Promescent is available without a prescription from a variety of retailers. For more information or to order, go to sexwithemily.com and click on the Promescent banner.